Hi friends, thank you for checking out this video and welcome back to my channel if you're one of my amazing subscribers. So I'm really impressed I managed to get this video up before June actually started. This video was actually started over a week and a half ago, and as you can probably tell by the thumbnail, I've been quite busy. I have a new puppy and my entire theme round today is based on my lovely new dog Monty, who has come to stay with us. Monty is a Dalmatian Whippet cross, which means he has tons and tons and tons of energy, so I've been quite busy making sure he's getting trained and taking him out for the walks he needs and like trying to play with him all the time. So this video, which I started quite a while ago, has taken the longest of any video I've ever made, and it's also one of the shortest, so make of that what you will. But just to sort of go over what I'm really doing, my theme is all about Monty, so I've just done a little picture of him on the front cover, and I'm actually using pencil crayons this week, which is quite rare for me. I tend to use my markers or I tend to paint, but I thought I would go in with a slightly softer colour palette this time and use my pencil crayons just to add a little bit of colour. I also made a massive mistake this time and didn't check that my camera was recording properly. So I created my entire quotes page and then realised my camera hadn't been on, which was just such a brain dead moment because I've been really tired. So if you're wondering where my little doodle of Monty has gone, I've actually just flipped to the back of my bullet journal and refilmed drawing my quotes page just because I really liked this quote and I really wanted to show you just how I quickly put it together with my nice calligraphy pens. So if you're wondering why he suddenly vanished, that is why. So other than having a slightly brain dead moment there, I have decided to go for a nice quote, which is "Home is where my dog is," because that's really how I feel right now. I really love this little setup. It is one of the most simple ones I've ever done. It only took me about 10 minutes to do pretty much the whole thing and then just add a little bit of colour on. So yeah, I really enjoyed it and it was super simple. Now, moving on to my calendar spread. And again, because I'm slightly low on time at the moment, I have combined my calendar onto one page rather than a big double spread like I would normally do, and added just a little notes section underneath. And then I'm actually going to put my memories page on that right hand side, so just speeding up the process a little bit because work's crazy busy and I'm crazy busy with Monty, so lots going on, lots to think about. So I've done just a really simple little calendar, and then I'm just adding that little bit of extra space underneath to have some room to jot anything down that doesn't fit in that calendar. So my inspiration for my memories page are those really lovely like Polaroid pictures that you see hung up on nice ribbons and nice strings, or often on pegboards, that whole kind of stationery aesthetic there. And what I thought could be really fun is for me to include some pictures of Monty's first month with us. So I've done a couple of little Polaroid pictures, and each time I have a lovely photo I want to print off, I'm just going to cut them out and stick them in on these little Polaroid pictures. This was so fun to do. I've never really done a memories page like this, but I'm a really big fan of sticking photographs into my bullet journal because I tend to treat my journal a bit like a diary as well. I'm really terrible at keeping a diary every day, but I think having this in kind of a low stress, no kind of commitment kind of way really helps me, and I think it's a really nice way of storing photographs that otherwise they just sit on my phone and I never really look at them. So I love this as an idea. Okie dokie, moving on to my next spread. This is my trackers page. Now, I've done quite a basic habit tracker. I have more habit trackers this month than I normally do because obviously I need to get into the routine of all of Monty's things as well. So I have got a few more there, but my mood tracker is actually in the middle of my page. So I've gone across the two pages with my habit trackers this time. And I've just done really, really basic little calendar boxes. And then for my mood tracker, I have gone in and done a ton of little dog doodles underneath. So things like his collar and lead, his food, toys that we've got him, all of those kind of things. But then I had the quandary of how am I going to actually use that to create a mood tracker that I can follow each day. So I ended up going through and adding a load of paw prints, and it's the paw prints that I'm going to colour in each day, depending on how my day has been. This was such a fun doodly kind of page. I really like having spreads where I can just really focus on having fun with the doodles. I do like to do sort of painted scenes and things in my journal as well, but that is definitely a very different kind of art, and I do find that sometimes a little bit more stressful. So just being really doodly is really laid back and chilled out, which is what I want from my journal at the moment. As you can see, I went back in with my pencils again. Quick reminder, I will link all of my stationery down in the box below, so if you want to check any of those out, please feel free. So as you can see, I am just going in with my coloured pencils, and ironically, actually, I said I wanted to have a nice muted colour tone, but I went in with lots of yellows and reds and some bright lime green, so not really as muted as I particularly would have thought it should be. I also didn't really stick to a cohesive colour palette this time. I think I've mostly used reds and yellows, but there is just some random green in there as well, so it's not a particularly cohesive colour palette like some of my spreads are. I mean, I think that probably is quite accurate for dog things, because obviously everything has different brands and different colours, and dogs like all the different toys and things, but it did mean that it looks slightly all over the place in terms of colour. I don't really mind that. I think it looks quite sketchy and kind of fun, so that was fine by me. But yeah, not the most cohesive of themes I've ever done. I also think that actually I don't really like the coloured pencil. I know I wanted it to be coloured pencil to be really chilled out and kind of muted and all of those kind of things, but I think I wish with hindsight I'd done some of it in pencil and some of it in marker, just to give it a little bit extra sort of standout power. I'd be really curious to see how people use pencils in their bullet journals, because it's not something I do a huge amount, so let me know in the comments down below. Now I'm moving on to my final spread, which is my first weekly spread. I really needed this to be pretty basic, so the only real doodles I've added is a tiny little one of Monty kind of peering over my to-do list. He is just the most adorable thing to doodle, and I really had so much fun. He has this toy bone that he loves, hence why he's holding that toy bone in his mouth, and I thought it'd be really cute to have him just kind of peering over the top of that box. Then the rest of the layout is really simple. I've just divided it up into 7 equal boxes. I think these boxes are 11 dots by 11 dots, so they are nice little square boxes, and then in the space at the bottom I've just added an extra little notes area for anything else I need to remember, future dates, that kind of thing. I added a little paw print for the letter of the week in the boxes, and to be honest, I really just left it there. I added a tiny bit of colour with my Crayola super tips, but other than that, I kept it really, really simple. Okay, and here is my final flip through. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have. I am very excited to introduce you all to Monty. He might be in some of my future videos, so keep an eye out for him there when he's a bit better trained. Thank you so much for watching, you guys are amazing. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more arty things. Have a wonderful day.